Okay, my name is Jeremiah, and I am a graphic designer and local artist. Some years ago, those of you who are familiar with my artwork, I did some artwork for 9/11. I put them out. To date, I put out almost 400,000 copies. 400,000 copies have gone out across America and around the world to support our troops and back the blue. So those are the principles I stand on. I still do. My grandfather is a World War II veteran. My sister is a Desert Storm veteran. I couldn't go because she was already there and they told me no. So that's how I got started. How did I get started in podcasting to add to how I distribute my artwork? My wife and I started a few years ago from our kitchen table. Yes, you can still start that way, but it's very hard now because the bars have been raised and the barrier to entry is now higher than you think. Podcasting, there's more to it than meets the eye. There's more to it than just getting in front of a microphone like Joe Rogan or other podcasters you listen to. You think that's all they do. No, there's a lot, and Scott will tell you, I got a lot of hardware, software, and there's a lot of work behind the scenes you do not see. I need my tablet here. I'm going to tell you what I hope to get to in the near future. I'm going to show you a little clip. I turn off the volume so you don't have to hear them, but anyway, this is the look and feel that I'm going for. Can you see this? Mm-hmm. In the future, once my studio is done, this is the look and feel my podcast is going to have. This guy's got a teleticker, chroma key, he's using dual monitors, and picture-in-picture. So he's doing a lot of things that requires a lot of processing power that you're going to have. I'm trying to run through it because I know my time is limited, but that's my goal. That's what I'm shooting for. When my studio is done, the look and feel, the things I'm going to be able to do, live callers, I'll be able to have multiple guests come on multiple screens. I'll be able to do all kinds of stuff that I can't do currently until the studio is complete. I recently spent $1,600 on a decent laptop with the proper processing power and the proper ports that I have to have. Like I said, to do podcasting, another thing you're going to have to do, if anyone's interested in doing this, to promote whatever it is you're doing and build your brand, number one, you're going to have commitment. You got to be totally committed to what you're doing and to your audience. They need to know where and when to find you. I'm basing part of my business model on Johnny Carson. Why? When I was a kid growing up, I knew where and when to find him. I knew he's going to be on 10:30 at night. I knew who his guest was going to be. And so if you're going to do it, you're going to be totally committed to what you're doing every week. You're going to have to be consistent every week. If you are absent, you better let them know I won't be here next week, because your audience needs to be able to find you every week, same time, same place. That's and another thing, continuity. That's why you build a set. Some people have themes, like Dixie may want to start a podcast on cooking. That's called continuity. That's the theme. That's what she does every week. So you're going to have that going on as well. Content. You're obviously going to have good content. When it comes to content, I don't want to put myself in a box. I could say, well, I'm just going to do a fishing podcast. But there are things that happen all the time going, I got to say something about that. So I don't want to put myself in a box where I'm just fishing, cooking, or politics, or whatever. I don't want to be put in a box. So, and that will sound strange, but one of the things I'm going to do with my podcast is do what Seinfeld does. What's it about? Nothing. Nothing and everything. So it's pretty open. That means I can do a podcast on anything. Once the studio's set up, our can do all kinds of fun things, like we can do television and movie reviews. I have a panel. I may have several of you join my panel, and you'll appear on the screen, and we can do a movie review just for fun, just for entertainment purposes. I'm kind of running through this. Like I said, if you're going to do podcasting, you are going to have you need total commitment. I can't stress that enough. The audience needs to know where to find you. I want my audience to know where I can be found every week. Another thing I want to do is limit my platforms. I know some of you could say, well, you need to be on 10 different platforms. I'm going, that's too much time. Later on, if I do simulcast, maybe. But right now, each platform is different. I'm on 3 platforms: Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. And I'm going to stick to that. I've heard about Instagram, but my time is limited, so I'm just going to stick to the 3 platforms I'm on. Keep it simple, because I can do certain things for YouTube that I can't do for Facebook. When I'm on Spotify, it's strictly audio, so I can do certain things there. So I just recently did a podcast on the labor shortage. I did one version for Spotify, one for YouTube, one for Facebook Live. When I do Facebook Live, it is live. I am live streaming. I'm also checking into multiple programs, software programs, so I can create that feel, that look. Zoom is not the only one out there. There are others. Questions and answers. I kind of ran through it because I knew my time was limited. Yes.
You have a studio now.
Working on it. Scott will tell you. I do have one.
Can someone come in and rent your studio to do their own podcast?
At the moment, no. It's a legal liability at this time because it's my private residence.
Okay.
And so,
And there's some other things he's got to work out before that's possible.
Yeah.
Space-wise, and that will possibly be something in the future that he's been looking at. We were talking about, if I may add to that also.
yes.
I just know that William and Philip, a good friend of ours, want to do a podcast together. When those two sit down and talk, they just have great conversations, and he happens to be a preacher, and William is obviously a spiritist. So when the two of them sit down, but they want to do a podcast, we just haven't figured out how we want to do it yet.
There's a lot of work behind the curtains.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, I don't know some of you may not know who he is, for those that do. He makes it look easy. Just get in front of a microphone. I assure you, he's got a whole staff behind the scenes you do not see. I assure you, he's got high-end computer systems like I have to have.
Vanya, that's something you may want to have a CMM with him to
Yeah,
talk more
yeah.
about, because you guys might be able to work out some of the details.
I just didn't know about renting the studio.
Right. There may be an option down the road.
Yeah, you
I think
have to-
Mr. Sims had a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you do interviews of other, like, for example, I had a young gentleman that does
Yes.
podcasts.
When my studio's done, he also asked about that. Once I get the ability where I can do, I can, right now, yes I can, in studio. When I get the software uploaded and I get it all figured out and get my studio completely set up, then yes, I can do interview from wherever you're located, assuming you have a good connection.
So I had a gentleman that called me and wanted to interview me and do a podcast about the referral process. And he asked me questions for an hour. And then I never did see it posted or anything, but he's working on, at that time, I think he'd done 17 or something on that line, so I didn't know.
Yeah,
I think Marie had a question up here.
yes.
Where can we find you for your meetings?
Where and when? Thanks for asking that question. I'd start to do Friday nights, 7 o'clock on Facebook Live from my regular page, and but within the next 30 days, I'm going to have a fan page set up, and I'll start broadcasting from the fan page.
And what is your Facebook page?
My name, Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Humans. I use that name on Spotify. You can find me under that name on Spotify. I use that name on YouTube. Why do I use my name? Because I want to be found. I want you to find me. I don't want you to have one handle for Twitter, one handle for Facebook, one handle for YouTube, one handle for Instagram. No. My name is universal, like Oprah. She uses her name.
Yep.
Think about that. That's good branding.
Guys, we're almost out of time. Do we have any more questions that we, or comments that you'd like to talk about? Ms. Dixie, please.
I'd like to make a comment.
Please.
I listened to you Friday night, got on Facebook.
Yes.
It was entertaining and it was informative and it was back and forth between, I wasn't talking, but you can make comments or likes.
Right.
Yes.
And, you might explain that about the likes and the comments.
It's important.
It's important to
When
get
I'm
likes.
podcasting, if you wanna support me, you do that by not sending me your money. Don't do that. Hit that like button, smash that like button, destroy that like button, and comment, comment, comment. I'll tell you why those comments are important. Because Facebook and YouTube reads them in the algorithms. That's called engagement. Did you know that the more comments that are on that post, the more Facebook sends it out? Did you know that every time you comment on somebody else's Facebook post, Facebook will reward you also by posting your pictures, your photos out to more people? Why? Because you engaged.
And to find out more about that and find out more what he's talking about, you need to set up a CMM with him.
Yes.
Guys, if you don't mind, let's give him a great big round of applause. Great
Sorry,
job.
I ran
No,
through
man,
it.
you did really, really good. You got some engagement.